Good afternoon. I'd like to call the Ways and Means Committee meeting to order, please, for March 26th. If you would stand and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Stockin.
Present.
Mr. Fanton.
Here.
Mrs. Burdick. Here. Mr. Demick. Mr. Havey.
Here.
Mr. Healy.
Here.
Mr. Ricky. Mrs. Root.
Here.
And Mr. Harris. 6 present, 2 absent.
Thank you. Approval of minutes from March 12th, please.
Root will make that motion.
Fanton will second.
Are there questions, discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Excuse me. The audit was distributed to you, and if we could have a motion to approve that, please.
Havey will move that.
Healy will second.
Okay, one item to note, for those who might be curious, under the general government support, there's an unusually large figure of $3,686,000 to the treasurer, and this is the annual payment to the towns and schools making their budgets whole. So it's something the county does every year, which is a big blessing to the town, village governments, that taxes that are not paid timely to them. So thank you. Any other questions or observations? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Thank you. The county attorney, Allison Carroll, is asking for the position for her secretary to be filled. This has all been previously run through properly. It's in the budget. If we could have a motion, please.
Root will make that motion.
Fanton will second.
Are there questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Clerk of the Board, Brenda.
Yes, I'm requesting a resolution accepting a check from NYMER in the amount of $43,337.89, representing the costs, less a $500 deductible to repair our 2020 Kenworth 10-wheel dump truck. It was damaged in a motor vehicle accident on February 26.
A motion?
Havey will move that.
Fanton will second.
Questions? Discussion, all in favor? Opposed, and that's carried. Thank you. Now we have a resolution encouraging Governor Patak, excuse me. Somebody asked me about him yesterday. And the question is very interesting. Was the same kind of division and rancor at the state legislature the same and when we had a Republican governor there last? I had to confess, I don't even remember. But that's the name in my mind these days. It's a resolution to encourage Governor Kathy Hochul to sign the Rescue EMS package of legislation to strengthen emergency medical services.
Havey will move that.
Healy will second.
Is there discussion? Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Thank you. Referrals from committees. Let's get to my right page where we start here. Goodness, I think everything's under Human Services today, just about. Madam?
All right. Public Health Director Tyler Shaw is requesting a resolution to perform a budget modification to reappropriate all remaining unspent non-personal service grant funding associated with the Public Health Infrastructure Grant. The intent of the Public Health Infrastructure Grant is to strengthen the health department infrastructure through staff additions and funding the associated personal service and non-personal service costs. As of January 1st, 2025, the grant has remaining unexpended non-personal service funding of $1,356, and he shows how it will be reappropriated, and I will move that.
Root will second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried.
Mr. Shaw is requesting a resolution to perform a budget modification to reappropriate all remaining unspent non-personal service grant funding associated with the Lead Hazard Reduction Capacity Grant. The Lead Hazard Reduction Capacity Building Grant Program would assist lead abatement certification programs in developing the infrastructure necessary to undertake comprehensive programs to identify and control lead-based paint hazards in eligible privately owned rental or owner-occupied housing. As of January 1st, there is $492,669 left, and he has listed how it will be reappropriated, and I move that.
Haviel seconds.
Yep.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Thank you.
Mr. Shaw is requesting a resolution authorizing him to apply for the Allegheny County Area Foundation Grant and to ratify the Public Health Director's signature on the grant application. This grant will support the procurement of radon test kits for distribution to homeowners across Allegheny County. The grant application is subject to review of its terms and conditions by the county attorney, and I will move that.
Helio, second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that's passed.
Mr. Shaw is requesting permission to fill one full-time registered nurse position. The annual salary of this position is estimated to be between $67,599 with benefits. The RN would work in various public health programs to include reproductive and sexual health, immunization, and other programs. This position is funded with 100% state funds and is included in the 2025 budget, and I will move that.
Fenton will second that.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's passed.
Mr. Shaw is requesting a second full-time registered nurse with the same salary and responsibilities, and that also is funded with 100% state funds and is included in the 2025 budget, and I will move that.
Helio, second.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried.
Commissioner of Social Services Don Horn is requesting a resolution to accept and appropriate the National Children's Alliance grant funding that has been awarded to the Allegheny County Department of Social Services in the amount of $28,570 for the Allegheny County Child Advocacy Center. The grant will be used for the upgrade purchase of equipment for the CAC. This award was not budgeted for the calendar year 2025, and the budget modification is listed, and I will move that.
Root will second.
Discussion? Any? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Mr. Horn is requesting a resolution to accept and appropriate New York State Office of Children and Family Services award to the Allegheny County Department of Social Services in the amount of $25,000 for the recruitment of foster, adoptive parents, and legal guardianship. This award was not budgeted for the calendar year 2025, and a budget modification is requested, and he shows how that will be done, and I move that.
Fenton will second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that's carried. Excuse me. Thank you. Planning and Economic Development, please.
Director of Planning Keir Durham is requesting a resolution to reappropriate unspent funds from the 2024 federal grant ARC Trails Master Grant. Resolution number 324-24 was previously approved and budgeted for this grant. The total grant amount is $100,000, which includes $70,000 in ARC funding and a $30,000 local match of in-kind funds. And I will move that.
Fenton will second.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's carried. Thank you. That's all the referrals I have. Is there any unfinished business? Any new business? Good of the order.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I would be delighted to call a caucus in the DPW conference room at 1:25.
Anything else for good of the order? Motion to adjourn is in order.
Root will make that.
Burdick will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And we are adjourned.